My second Ironman World Championship after Kona last year. This was in Nice, in France, on a very different course. A little anxious to race now. I get these different feelings of being nervous and maybe a bit worried to being really excited to race. So let's start with the swim. Lined up towards the center of the swim star, and I was feeling quite good, quite confident in the lead up to this race. And yeah, had a very good swim. I mean, pretty uneventful. There was kind of a make or break moment after 600 or 700 meters. That's pretty usual. And yeah, I was fairly comfortably in that front pack. We exited in 47.50, and it was a group of 10 of us, with most of the usual suspects. Jan Frodeno was right ahead. Sam Laidlaw was there, and it was good to see Patrick Lange and Magnus Ditlev were not there. They lost about 90 seconds, and yeah, swift onto the bike. Onto the bike, my strategy originally was kind of to follow Jan Frodeno for at least the first part and kind of see what was going to happen. I didn't really want to overexert myself to try to follow the very best on the bike, because I know it's a long day and you still have to be pretty alert and ready for the last part of the ride on the downhills, where you still have to pedal quite a bit. But fairly quickly I saw that Jan wasn't having quite his best day, and then kept on going, surged past the group to pretty much be the first chaser for a lot of the ride, behind the two French guys that were ahead. And I was riding with Braden Curry and Magnus Ditlev when he caught us a little later, and Michael Weiss. And finished the ride pretty much. Those two other guys dropped while Michael Weiss had a penalty, and was with Magnus for a lot of the ride, which was perfect, which was kind of an ideal scenario type thing, and put a bit of a gap on him on the downhill, which he then caught up a little at the end of the flat, and so I was second into T2, slightly too much onto Sam Laidlaw, right over 5 minutes, and then 40 seconds on Magnus. But then the big battle was going to be with Patrick, who was about 6, 7, 8 minutes behind. Onto the run, I was feeling quite good. I mean, I was ready to run a good marathon on that Promenade des Anglais. Those out and backs are pretty mentally difficult. I mean, it's 5K straight, 5K back, and you do that, that 5K 8 times in a row. So it's really difficult, but thankfully the spectators were there in really high numbers and high energy. And good to see Coach Macaulay Eden there every half loop. And many familiar faces screaming my name. Magnus caught me after a few Ks, and I ran with him for another few Ks. And then I was actually feeling quite good, but I don't know, he was just pulling away a little. In hindsight, I think I maybe could have gone with him a little longer, but yeah, it's always easy to say after the race. And he got a bit of a gap, and so I was in third for quite a long time. But the guys behind were coming back, especially Patrick Lange and Léon Chevalier and a few other guys were running a little faster than me. Well, especially Patrick was running faster. And he finally caught me around, 25, 30 Ks. And I was unable to go with him at that point, even though I wasn't feeling too bad. I mean, I was running really steadily. And so unfortunately, at that point, I was in 4th position. But, I mean, the return of Patrick was I couldn't do anything about that because I was running pretty much my best pace as well.
What a race! What a 4th place!
I'm a competitor, and 4th, you always want, 3rd is much better than 4th, right? And I was really close, but I mean, overall, as I said, very happy with the race, very happy with my performance, especially after breaking my collarbone in June and coming back from that. I think I did everything quite well in the build up to the race, so a big thumbs up overall.